Yeah.
Just to come out to lose your life. That don't make sense.
No.
Okay, guys, we are live now, and I do believe we are streaming. Hey, there she goes.
618 5
Oh,
6.
hey, let me call you right back.
Hey.
I'm in the middle of a call right now, so let me call you right back.
How's everybody?
Hey,
Wonderful. How are you?
I am great.
let me make sure that this is streaming.
It says
Okay,
live.
we are definitely streaming, guys, so we can go on and start now. So I'm gonna play this music. This is for a happy Mother's Day for all of our mothers out there.
Last night, I prayed on a falling star that you'll never have a broken heart. Though the world is cold, just remember who you are. And I pray that you'll never have a rainy day. And no matter what people say, even when it hurts, it'll be okay. Tomorrow brings new promise, so don't worry about today. The first time I saw you, I knew my life had changed. I would have been dead and gone, but I found purpose when I brought you home. And even though I'm not there to tuck you in every day, I'm not far away. This is what a mother's night. I pray on a falling star that you'll never have a broken heart. Though the world is cold, please remember who you are. And I pray that you'll never have a rainy day. And no matter what the people say, in your darkest hours I will guide your way. Those dreams you have, I want you to chase them. This bond we got, let nobody break it. Even when I'm on the road and I can't see your face, this music will never take your place. I love you, Chase. I love my chase. And that's why last night I prayed on a falling star that you'll never have a broken heart. Though the world is cold, remember who you are. I pray that you'll never have a rainy day. And no matter what the people say, even when it hurts, it'll be okay. And I pray that you'll never have a
And just listening to that song, every parent wants for their child to have the best. They don't want for them to hurt or to just go through any of the hardships that they had to go through. So today is just saying thank you to our mom. And some of our moms are not here with us. Some of our listeners and people's moms are not with us. But know that, you are a mother to somebody, whether it's voluntarily or involuntarily. Somebody is always looking to feel accepted, especially women. And sometimes we cling on to things that are not so good for us. But if we have strong, positive women in our lives, then that's why Mother's Day is so special to me. What do you guys think?
I totally agree with that. I had a very strong mother who 2 jobs, so that's where I get my it's from. That's who I look up to. I've pretty much had positive women in my life all my life. So, that's what I try to be for my kids. I try not to be um, the weak link when my kids are watching me. I had 2 sets of kids. I have 2 grown kids and I have 2 small kids. Well, one is involuntary because my sister has MS. So I'm her. I'm the mother that her daughter needs right now because my sister can't do it. So I have to be positive I raised 2 daughters who graduated from college. You know, now I got 2 more. I got to try to get out of college, you know, or get out of grade school and then college, you know. So I try to be the best mom I can be for them.
Yeah. What do you think, Lorna?
I think that a mother is a very powerful piece in your life. My mom, I only got a chance to spend a very short time with her. She passed on me in December of 2004, 2 weeks before Christmas. And my mom was a very comical person, the nicest person you ever want to meet, give you the pants off, you know, the shirt off her back, whatever way she could help you, she would help you. And she always kept a smile on her face, no matter what she was going through. You wouldn't know it because she would smile her way through.
Yeah.
So when she left in 2004, I felt like a piece of me left with her. I sobbed because at the end of the day, that was my mama, you know, and she was very instrumental in my life, and she was a missing piece in my puzzle. And our love story is just amazing. So to have lost her and mourn her is difficult because at times I do break down about my mama, but she was very instrumental in my life.
What do you think, Natasha? Natasha, we see all your under your nose. Natasha,
Unmute yourself. Natasha, unmute yourself.
you gotta unmute yourself. You muted yourself, so now you gotta unmute yourself.
Baby.
I don't think she can hear us.
She can hear us.
She can hear us, but she can't say nothing. Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you now. Thank you.
I can't hear y'all. I think I got a bad connection.
You can't hear us?
She muted herself again.
Lord, unmute yourself. Well, Kim, go to say your words real quick, and we're gonna work out the technical difficulties with Natasha.
Man, one of my favorite things in life is being a mother. When I went through my bout of breast cancer, that was one of the things that I had prayed to God to spare my life so that I could raise my baby girl. And so being a mother to me is just so special. I want to break, you know, the generational gaps within my family. With my mom and her mom, she just shared, you know, how they were not close. And I think it affected my mother with being emotionally connected to me, but teaching me how to cook, clean, be a good wife. She was totally on point with that. But that emotional connection she struggled with because she struggled with it with her mother. So generational, you can see how those generational curses, and I had vowed to God that that was not going to be what was going to happen to my daughter and I. And I have to say, my daughter and I are very close to one another. We 2 peas in a pod, and being a mother to me is just so special. I don't think anyone can take the place. I have been a foster mom. I have been a exchange student's mom. I have been, and I don't even say a stepmom, but my husband has a daughter. I'm her mom. And I just think every woman who plays that part, like you say, Yolanda, in someone's life, you're special.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so true. And with me and my mom in the beginning, we bumped heads because we're total opposites.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I tell you that me and my mama are total opposites, total. She will not open her mouth unless you make her mad. She's always, you know, go along to get along. Let's not make the waves in the water, you know. And I do believe it's because, well, I found out later that it's because of her upbringing and the fact that she, of her age, my mom is almost 80. So it's like, back then you were to be seen and you didn't want to make or cause any attention to yourself. So now she has this daughter who is total opposite, who always talking, always getting into verbal sparring with people. And so my mom was afraid that, something was going to happen to me because of my outspokenness. So my mom, tried to shut it down, but because of who I am, I rebelled. And lo and behold, I found out that my mom and I have a lot of ways together. Just hers were subdued or pushed down for safety reasons. And like every Saturday at 1 o'clock, my family get together on the internet, and we just talk about, we're setting the oral history of our family, because we don't know a lot after grandma or great grandma. We don't know a lot after that. So we're trying to find our heritage. I did that DNA thing, the DNA 123, and I found out I got all this Brazilian in me. And I'm like, wait a minute, I can supposed to have black, and I know I got white, and I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I ain't know nothing about no Brazilian. So I told my mom, I said, hey, mom, we need to talk, because it's a lot of Brazilian in me, and I don't know nothing about that in my family. So in my quest to actually find out who I was or find out who I am, then those things, so that's what we're doing. And my mom was very instrumental in saying our oral history, saying who we are, where we came from, and all of that stuff. So then I learned that the reason why her and I bumped heads is because I'm the flip side of the coin that she really is. So with that, I mean, I love my mom. My mom, I love her. Sometimes I don't understand because of, the age difference, and, because I'm like, I don't know if I would have made it through slavery. I'm so serious. I just don't think I would have made it because of who I am and my just outspokenness, and you're not gonna call me nothing, and I say nothing. So that's it. And I thank my mom, because even though she told me it's okay to be who you are, she also was trying to tame me and keeping me on the straight and narrow so that I can be here past the age of 2. Because I'm telling you, when I was 2, I was talking full sentences and telling people where they need to go. I don't care who you are or what age you are. I'd be like, hey, look, you need to get over there because that needs to do that. So my mom was scared because of the kind of person that I am.
I lost my mother in April 4th of 2004. And that has been I always say this every year, that is the worst day. I was grown. And that was Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That was the worst day of my life. Like, for real. Who can't hear me? Lenora? Who can't hear me?
I hear you clear.
We hear you. Lenora, it's something with your system, babe.
Yeah, okay. And so I just really miss my mother. Every year I cry. Like, you think it would get easier, but it don't. It really don't. Because, like I tell people, that was the queen. That was the one who had my back, though. I got a lot of girlfriends, but that's the main person who, and like, I'm like you, Lenora, I couldn't have been a slave either, because my mother was like, you would have died, because I can't shut up, But I've always been an outspoken person since I was young, and my mother encouraged her because she had 4 daughters. So we all were different, literally. All were different. And I was the goofball. I was the one always getting us in trouble. When she looked at me, I had the straight face, but everybody else looking like, but it was Lulu. And I'd be like, and my mother said, each one of us have some part of her. And I was the one who getting everybody in trouble without getting everybody in trouble. You know what I mean? I wasn't a bad kid, but I was one of those goofy kids that everybody be looking at me, and I'd be sitting there looking like an angel. And my mother look at me like, Lulu didn't do nothing. And I'd be sitting there cracking up, So I was always one of those outspoken kids, and my mother loved that about me. We used to have shows, like we used to do fashion shows, not fashion shows, talent shows. I used to, what I'm saying? It was so many layers to me. My mother, and that's what I think my mother loved about me, because I was just like her. I had so many different layers. I was happy, sad, angry, mad, everything. I was goofy at the same time, and I was goofy with it. And so she was like, how are you that mad, but you goofy? You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I miss about my mother. I miss talking to her when my mother first died. and we all went up to Chicago, and I had just enough money to get everybody, because it was struggling times for me and my sisters couldn't buy outfits because we all had kids and all this other stuff. So I took all my money, my bill money, everything, and bought clothes, bought stuff, helped to pay for my mother's funeral, helped to pay for stuff. So when I come back 2 weeks later from my mother's funeral, my lights got cut off. The first thing I did was reach for my phone. I got to call my mom, and I just started crying. It did not hit me. I was strong when I was in Chicago, but it hit me when I got home and them lights did not come on. The first thing I know to do, call my mama. I'm not calling my sister. I'm not calling my daddy. I'm calling my mama. And I didn't have that anymore. And that's when it hit me. And that's when it took my soul. I literally, he had to go to one of these Cash App places, and the girl who knew me knew I knew her guy. We were really cool. And she called him like, something wrong with Lulu. I don't know what's going on, And so, because Carbondale's real, everybody know everybody, for real, And so it was just like that moment. And he came up there, and him and her cried with me, him and her, loved on me. But all I kept saying was like, I can't believe my mama gone. And he's like, you went to the funeral. I'm like, that didn't hit me. Exactly. It did not hit me till I needed her. I needed her, and she wasn't there like she's always been.
Right.
And so that's the part that really breaks my heart. Sometimes you wake up, you just want to call your mama. You just want to talk to your mama. You just want to see her. You want to get on her nerves. You know what I'm saying? You just want to do something, and you're having them. It's been 16 years, and I still have not gotten over it yet.
And you never will. You never will, because that's a part of who you are. And I mean, like right now, I'm living with my mom, so it's like we're around each other 24/7. And I'm like,
and cherish that, whether she get on your nerves or not. Trust me when I tell all my friends that stop arguing with your mama. You know what I'm saying? If that's what she like, because my mom used to love that. My mother loved when I call and argue with her. But I tell people, don't be mean to her, because when you lose her, that's it.
Right.
That's it.
You don't get no do-overs.
You don't get no do-overs. You can't replace her. I don't care if you got a husband who got a mother who's just like your mama. When you lose your own mama, it ain't the same thing.
Right, because your mama can tell when something is wrong with her baby. And that was one of the things my mama said, I can always tell when something's wrong with you. You ain't got to say nothing. I can tell by the way you look. I tell how your eyes shifting. You're looking for something to say to get me off my tilter. But let me tell you, I ain't no spring chicken. I know you. I was there when you was born, when you popped out and you was real light, and I'm dark. And I asked, hey, is that my daughter? Because she a little too light. They told me that she just popped out. I said, well, wipe that stuff off of her because she's too light. But it was wiping, and she still didn't get dark. I said, it must be mine. I'll take her home. And my mother has this I don't know what you call it, but I call it dry joning. She will joan you and have a straight face.
Talk about you. Talk about everything.
Like, wait a minute. Did you just join me, Mom? She said, no, baby, I'm just telling the truth. Wait a minute. I don't know. Should I be mad? Or should I what should I say? What should I do? But I would trade it in for the world. I would trade it in for the world. I remember, like, my mom does not drive in St. Louis. She doesn't care what's going on in St. Louis. She does not drive in St. Louis. And at the time, I was working for AT&T. And I gotten real sick, and I was curled up on the floor. Don't ask me why. To me, because I felt I was going to pass out. So my rational thinking, if I get on the floor, I can't fall. So I went and laid on the floor. Don't laugh at me. I went and laid on the floor. So my girlfriend called my mother and said, Mama, you need to get her lying on the floor. She's not talking. She just said she need to go home. So my mother, who does not drive across the river on nobody's bridge, got into her car and drove across the bridge to come and get her daughter. And at the time, I was like, I didn't think, because I was hurting and I wasn't even thinking about what my mom had to go through to get to me. She said she didn't care. All she knew is that her baby was on the floor sick. So I will move a mountain. And I was like, wow, just think of the mother's love or the auntie's love. Anybody who shows you that kind of love that negates their own feelings or their own, insecurities to come and see about them. That is just magnificent. Magnificent. Kim?
Yes. that is just wonderful. I'm sitting here listening to you all, and one day I will share my story, but it's not time for that on this call. I will share my story. It's not time because we are celebrating mothers.
Yes.
We are celebrating mothers. So
I don't know where Natasha went. Lord, I gotta go back and find her.
I don't know. I think her.
And Kim, I can't hear her, but I can hear Lulu.
She was having difficulties. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear Kim at all.
You can't hear me? Oh man.
I hear you clear.
I hear you clear too.
You hear Kim?
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear everybody.
So do
I
I.
can't hear Kim. I had to log out and come back in to hear Lulu.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
What's going on with your stuff?
Well,
I
something
don't
is
know.
happening because this earlier I had a couple of Zooms and the internet was just acting up as well. So I don't know.
She said the internet was acting up earlier when she had some Zooms. So,
Mhm.
That might be it.
yeah.
So,
It could
That
possibly be it. Yeah.
so
I told you I was on there earlier with my chapter, and it literally, I'm the president, and it kicked me out. I had to go back in 3 times before it let me back in.
well, maybe everybody's trying to call their mother.
She said maybe everybody's trying to call their mother.
We'll just blame it on that.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can get my mom to come in. My mom is real shy, guys. So I'm gonna see if I can get her to come in. She might or might not. I'm gonna see.
Tell her we would love to meet her.
Yeah, we want to meet her.
Y'all want to be y'all better be good.
I'm ready for the shenanigans. I'm ready for the shenanigans. Come on, mama.
No,
I want to hear all the juice.
All the Jews.
All of it. Spill the tea.
No.
Yes.
That's what my 9-year-old says. I got the tea.
And all the tea.
She be like, Mommy, I got the tea.
Mama.
You got the tea?
And look, she holds up her little pinky like she holding a teacup.
Teacup.
Like, Mommy, I got the tea. That means she has gossip for me for that day.
Come on, trust me. I'll be and I'm here for it.
I want to know.
Let me hear it. I got my cup ready.
No, you gotta say.
I watched this vegan chick comedian, she actress. Her name is, what is her name? Brown. Tabitha Brown. And she be like, and that's my business. And then she be saying these sayings, and I just think it's so funny. And because that's my business.
She talking about, wait a minute, I gotta put my hair on.
That's right.
Hey, I understand, trust me.
That's right. I gotta get into the hair thing. I gotta get into it.
It's so easy, baby. Hey,
I'm gonna tell you, Corona about to make me get into it.
Right. It's wonderful.
Hi, Mom.
So we can see her. Oh
How you doing?
wonderful, and you?
I'm doing fine. Sitting here eating pizza, got tomato sauce everywhere.
Oh, that's all right. That means you eating good then.
You better believe it. I was looking for it later, but eating good now.
Hey.
Right. Hey,
Tasha, you back?
Unmute yourself, Natasha.
I'm gonna finish eating my pizza.
What's
Yes, ma'am.
Like what?
I'm in a room with other
Nobody
people,
know
so
you.
that's
Everybody
why
know me, but nobody know you.
But at first I couldn't hear.
What am I talking about today?
Well, we just talking about
Words of
I couldn't hear
wisdom.
anybody.
Words of wisdom to mother.
Okay, hold on, guys. She's gonna drop a little words of wisdom.
But I switched up to myself.
I got
Tell us, rock the mic.
live life to the fullest, but always remember who you are and who you belong to. That's all I got to say. I got to finish my pizza.
and eat pizza.
She caught me off guard. I got lettuce all in my mouth.
Thank you. We love you.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
Mama, thank you.
Bye.
I got lettuce all in my mouth. Lord.
My
What
mama
was
is
your-
off the chain.
What's your mama's name?
Miss Phyllis.
Miss Phyllis.
She
Miss
just
Phyllis.
dropped the mic.
Yeah.
She said I got lettuce in my mouth. I gotta go.
I mean pizza.
I'm eating pizza.
Come on, she got lettuce all in her teeth. She in the back fussing. Got lettuce all in my teeth. Gonna call me at the last minute. Got lettuce all in my teeth. I'm like, Mama.
You
We
will
got
hear
a
about that tonight.
Right.
Oh, Natasha, I'm so glad you decided to join us. Now, can you unmute yourself?
She said she in there with a lot of different people, so she can't.
Oh,
It's loud.
okay.
Ooh, I got you.
Okay, cool. Okay, well then you just listening,
I'm
I
sorry.
guess.
I had to. My uncle had his trip. He had a aortic aneurysm ruptured today.
Oh wow.
So I drove to Kentucky like a couple hours ago. I just got here, so
Oh
of course we couldn't
wow.
go to the hospital or anything. So I'm just kind of, just kind of sitting
You get
here.
on,
But
you get on, go on and get up and be with your family, baby.
Alonda, I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you for some reason.
She said, "Can you hear me?" She said, "Get off and go be with your family."
I can't hear anybody. I don't know why.
Can you hear me, Natasha?
I can hear you, Lulu.
Well, tell her what I
Go
said.
ahead and be with. She said, "Go be with your family, and we'll do this another time,
Okay.
and we'll be praying for him.
Okay. Okay.
That's right.
We'll definitely
Okay,
be
I
praying for
appreciate
him."
it. Okay. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Oh,
Jesus.
wow.
Yeah.
That's called dedication to the team.
You know.
Yes. Yes.
Hey y'all, in October, I want to go to what is it? Memphis in May if it be open because they said it's supposed to be open in May.
Come on,
Huh?
Memphis in May.
You want to do?
I'm sorry, Memphis in October now.
Memphis in May. Yeah, it's been moved to October.
Yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, because we can't have it now, and people will have a whole riot if they don't do Memphis in May. But they're gonna just move it to October because of everything that's going on. They don't want to just cancel it; they would just postpone it. And it's supposed to be in October.
But wait a minute. So I thought with all the situation, when it gets hot, the virus goes away according to the news. Why would you have it in October when it's cold?
Well, because it's gonna give us enough time for all that rigmarole to be gone. So by that time October, we praying that the world has opened back up and we can go and kick it.
Now Kim does not know anything about October, May, Memphis in May. It's the biggest eating, dancing, party,
and everything.
Okay.
All that was downtown Memphis, right?
Yep.
It's downtown, Beale Street? The whole Beale Street, they block off blocks. And you can just walk up and down the street, go to different bars, get drinks, go to different places, get something to eat. They got the BB King restaurant down there. It's so much. They have bands, they have DJs in different clubs and different bars and even on the street, they have different things. It's a lot of stuff to do.
And you ain't had nothing till you had a Wet Willie.
Hello,
Wet Willie.
Wet Willie, baby.
It's a frozen alcoholic drink, girl. And they got different flavors.
Have you tried the one called Call a Cab?
Yes, call me a cab. Now call me. They got two. They have a whole bunch of different ones, but they have two that's strong. Like the one is called Call Me a Cab, and I can't think of the name of the other one, but it's two of them. Those are no joke. You better get one. You better get one and sip slow.
I was dancing on the bar.
Get one and get one and move slow. Okay, get you some food and move slow with that one drink. You would literally be calling yourself a cab.
Well,
hope you didn't drive down there, but Memphis in May is
Kim is gonna be that designated walker.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna bring a rope so I can put a leash on all of y'all, so I know when y'all start acting foolish, I'm gonna just yank it.
When it gets too far, she pulls back. Come here. We stay together. Get over here, girl.
Get over here. Did I tell you not to talk to strangers?
Right. We're gonna have on diva shirts and tutus.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We gonna have a diva shirt with tutus on.
Yeah, I'm wearing
no tutu.
I will wear a diva shirt with a tutu, baby.
I'm telling you, we about 5 or 6 years ago, me and my so a couple of my travel buddies, we all had on tutus. When I tell you, we had tutus on with leggings, tennis shoes, and a tank top that said it's 5 o'clock somewhere. When I tell you, we had the bestest, and I know it's not a word, but the bestest fun in the world. And we did not go into our pockets for a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 8 of us.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a good time, baby.
Y'all worked it.
That's a good time. That's a good time, baby. I'm telling you.
I think y'all could work it again. Let's go.
You ain't paying for not a thing.
Look,
we ain't paying for nothing to drink. We ain't paying for nothing.
Yolanda, you know my husband. Look, he gonna be right there. I'm gonna be in trouble, y'all. I'm gonna just have to be the activity
bodyguard. We gonna dress him in all black and make him the bodyguard.
Them girls are bad for you. I don't know about you hanging with them women's.
Uh-oh. He gonna be our bodyguard.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, we can kick it. He can come on too.
All your sisters, you gotta watch us for Herb now. We ain't playing.
Okay. Okay.
My husband is 6'7".
Oh yeah, he a big dude.
He'll be able to see all of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even. And when he got this stern look, he don't play.
He don't play.
Mm-mm.
But he a secret clown.
Oh,
he will join you. So if you fall, he will join you.
He's secret. He quiet about it.
He will
like, did he say something about me?
Her tutu just fall off.
What? Damn.
Get your friend, Kim. Get your friend. Okay. Hold on, man.
When Yolanda and I first met, he sat back and laughed and watched us act. I don't even know how we met. We in a room full of what, 200 people? And out of all them people, I don't know how we was a magnet to each other.
She crazy. Trust me, I know. I literally told her, you match my energy. Oh, I told my soul. No one has ever matched my energy like that. Like, I'm always the most outrageous, outspoken, out dancing.
We modeling at our sorority. What is the dedication? We're modeling. Yeah.
Music on. All the frat brothers are looking like, what song do we gonna play next? Let's see what they do next. Literally, it was a mess. Do you hear me? I'm sitting there looking like, my sister's like, I found another fool like you. Like, for real. Because, when I say, well, let me get a little fool juice in me. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's over.
Much.
Like, it don't take much for me to have fun, okay?
Right.
And then I'm looking at her like, you don't know me. She looking like, you don't know me. You know what I'm looking like, what? Me?
Come on, let's try it out.
We did. And we did because we had the most fun. By ourselves, didn't care who was looking, who was there, who didn't like what we was doing. Okay, make us sit down. It was a mess.
Tell Lenora, because she can't hear none of us. Tell Lenora we said we miss her.
Lenora, we miss you talking. Can you talk? Say something. We can hear you.
Oh no, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing everybody now. I had to log out 4-5 times to come back in for the internet to pick it up.
Didn't I tell y'all it was the internet? Everybody calling their mama. Hey, mama.
Right.
I love mama.
The internet, I said, oh Lord, I couldn't hear nobody. I'm like, this is crazy. So I had to log out about 4 times.
Yeah.
Wow. That's messed up.
Now I got to keep my phone from, I'm trying to look her up because she's talking about she low. I'm like, oh Lord.
You're like, I get you back on and now you want to down me? No.
Right.
You know what Mama used to say? My mother used to say, you down me, I'll kill you. Like, Mama, do that make sense? Mama, do. But if I'm dead, my stepfather be like, Lulu, shut up for this woman slap you. I'm like, but Mama, if I'm dead.
My mama used to say, "I'm gonna slap you in the next week and be waiting on you."
Oh Lord, no. Woo!
Yes.
My mama,
Yes.
all she would do is double up her knuckles. And when I say she has some big knuckles, man, like
Oh.
dude.
You ain't gotta tell me twice. I'm gonna sit down. What you say? Sit down,
She had
mama.
7 sons, so she
My
went
mama,
like,
my
I'm gonna
mama
double
got a
up the weight
stare
on you. I'm like, oh
that
my God,
will
out the way.
sit Superman down. She could just look at
Hello.
you, and you felt like she was burning through your skin. You was just like,
You know what? Let me tell you this, and my mama will attest to this. I was always that child that found the loophole in things. Like my mama told me to get home before it got dark. So I moved all my friends up under the street light. So where I was standing, it was not dark. So my mama came down the street where we were, and she said, "Didn't I tell you to have your in the house before dark?" I said, "Well, mama, technically where I'm standing, it isn't dark yet." So while I was trying to plead my case in court, she pulled out this whip from Six Flags and began to do the swirl, the cowboy swirl thing. And she was cracking that whip because me and my sister took off separately. You go this way, we go that, we're gonna meet up here, and then we go get in the house. Well, my uncle was at the door, and we get to the door, and my uncle locked the door.
She had
that they on their way, they gonna be on their way back. And that dadgum Yolanda gonna try to sweet talk you to open this door, but you better not open this door. So I'm up at the door. I say, "Uncle, my mama gonna kill us. You don't want that on your conscience. She gonna kill us."
You don't want that on your conscience.
So he said, "I am more scared of your mama than my conscience."
That's right.
You get
So
the
my
woman
mama
today.
met us at the door, baby, and beat us into the house and front of the bay window.
Well, I'm from the country, so they would get switches.
Switches.
Yep.
Even when we was in Chicago, my mom was from Mississippi. My mother made us go get our own switch.
And braid. My grandma was like that. Braid it up. Braid it up.
Girl,
you better not get nothing little either.
It's a little. She gonna make you hurt worse with the little one.
Right.
Oh, she gonna make it worse.
In hot water, is it the y'all's in hot water?
No.
Mama would whoop us for anything.
Wrap around. When it hit you, to wrap around.
Whew.
So
my mother was one of those parents.
You soak them in water so it gets limber.
My mother had 4 daughters. Tuesday, like she called all her name. I get up in there the first because I'm like, "What you need, Mama?" She said, "I ain't call you." I be like, "Mama, you didn't call anybody. You called all of us. I'm here. What do you need? I don't want you mad. Like literally, what you need?" My stepfather used to sit there and cry, laughing at me, but I was dead serious. You calling all our name and you getting frustrated because you can't figure out which one of us you want. I didn't came and see what you want, woman. What do you need? You want some water? I'll bring you some. I asked my stepfather, "You want some water too?" He said, "No, I'm gonna bring you some anyway because I don't want nobody in this piece mad." Nobody.
Explain everything to me. Explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old, and then don't leave no loopholes. Because if you leave the loopholes, I'm gonna work that. And I praise God, none of my kids ended up like me, Jesus. I swear.
My 6-year-old is like you.
Ooh.
I wasn't like that. I understand why I got her. I think she's your daughter. I need to bring her to you because my 6-year-old is like that. She will find a loophole in. I had 2 angels. My daughter's daughter gave me a gift, and I gotta show y'all this. And it's so funny because that's. She said she gave my gift early because she can't hold water like her mama. So her card say. Her card said, "Happy Mother's Day from the good one." Now, mind you, when I first had my middle child, she used to say, "You perfected it. Why did you have another one? You had the good one here." So when she found this card, I didn't even open it up. I just died laughing because literally this is my daughter. And it's like, just kidding, it's for me. You know what I'm saying? I just, with the card alone, I just thought it was wonderful. So she was a good one. Then my middle one was a little spoiled. And then this baby, honey, like you, will find a loophole in anything. Mama, remember when you said, no, I don't remember that. You said when we was in the car driving back from Walmart because we had stopped at Burger King. Oh, she didn't forget nothing. We stopped at Burger King. We stopped at the store to get you that 44-ounce Pepsi. And then you...
They're attorneys.
And that's the same thing my mother said. My mother said, "You really missed your calling. You really needed to be an attorney because you're able to dissect and just pick apart things. I said, well, you know what? I would have did that, but I didn't want to stay in school that long. Do they have like a PC to be a lawyer?
Cause my baby,
My
she's
kids,
6 now, about to be 7. For 4 years, I had to endure this pain. Then I call my oldest
It gets
daughter.
worse.
I get the oldest daughter. I'm like, come get your kid. I don't know whose child this is.
Here's the trick.
Yeah.
Here's the trick. The whole trick is whenever you say something, make sure it's closed. Never leave a loophole, never leave a what if, because what I do is I listen to what you say and then I take it apart to see wherever I can fit in my agenda. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I'll just do whatever I need to do to fit in my agenda. And once I fit in my agenda and I get in trouble, nah, but mama, remember when you told me that it was okay to speak my mind. So now it's not okay when you don't agree with me, mama. That's not fair. Do you know how many butt whoopings I got out of, but just by saying that?
I said I'm bringing you your child.
You want to know what would have been funny if when you said that your mama came busting through the door.
Oh, you want to whoop me now? I'm gonna whoop you on live. I'm gonna whoop you now. Do you want it? You locking the door?
So at least
my kids, boy, I have motherly intuition like you wouldn't believe. I used to embarrass them because we got in trouble at school, and I get one call from the principal or teacher. I took a whole day off of work.
Yep.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm going to walk to every classroom with you in high school. We're going to sit there. We're going to do work together. And they like, oh, no. Well, then you shouldn't have acted a fool. Because they didn't have to call me. I miss money sitting here. But
now I'm mad at you because I'm not at work making money to come have to parent my child who should know how to act. I know I raised you right.
Oh, baby, I was in there shaking and crying and what is it? Can't breathe. Don't play with me now. I remember I was in college and we was getting ready to take a test, and it was a surprise pop test. Baby, I put an Alka-Seltzer tablet up under my tongue. Baby,
you no, you did not.
So you was foaming at the mouth?
Foaming at the mouth.
You had a medical emergency?
That's right, I did. And I got excused from that test. And he gave me a makeup test in which he gave me the answers to. Yes.
He didn't want you to do that no more. He didn't want you to do that no more. Don't you dare sit and shake like a fool. No.
I told him I had a nervous condition.
No, you did.
And then when I'm stressed out.
I can't breathe right now. Oh,
yeah, me neither.
I can't get no F's. You can't bring no F's home.
I can't breathe right now. Lord.
Don't get me. I'm not proud of it, but extreme.
That was very creative. It was creative. I gave you an A for being creative. I promise you. You would have passed just for being that creative.
Right.
How about that? Because nobody don't think like that. I told you.
Not at all.
Nobody.
My friend there with me. Because I told my friend what I was going to do. So she got her test too. She got her test the next day. She put a spoon in my mouth. So she went in my purse and got the spoon.
She helped you.
Right. So she was able to get me to the nurse's station.
I can't breathe. She's a good friend. You didn't leave her in there to drown by herself.
Right. She wasn't ready for the test either.
Y'all was professional.
Maybe. I wish I'd have been your friend in school, baby. Because, hey, girl, do something. I'm not ready. I'm ready. No, I'm not ready. Do something.
Pass out of his class. Then he told me, here, study for the final.
Don't come here, study. Here's the answer key.
Here's the answer key.
Answer key. Don't come up here and shake it like that. Don't take no more of my class.
And you know, what they don't know, and maybe y'all don't know, is that when I first graduated from high school, I got an active scholarship to Bradley University. So
I believe it.
So like I used to do a lot of plays, and I had to have a epileptic seizure in a couple of plays, so I knew what to do. So I just made sure. Now look, I do not condone those actions. I was young and I didn't have no way out. And I had to find something that, I couldn't take that test.
Lord.
Yes. That's why I love my mama. Because if
Why
me,
were we all for a moment just speechless? Because this
we
is
all
just
like,
She done took the cake.
yeah.
yes.
How do you come back after that? No story we say is gonna match that. Nothing we say at this point to when we get off this line or whatever we on. Nothing we gonna say will match that. Nothing.
I just I was just one of those children.
Oh Lord.
So everybody else pray for me, okay? Because when I say my baby act like, oh, the baby, she is going on 7, but she going on 17. This mug then went in there, took off her clothes, then took one of my long sweaters, then wrapped it around and doing this whole scene. Like the F? What?
Put her in acting, put her in just because you're gonna have to be able to actually channel that so that because it could become destructive. So my mom put me
there. I'm gonna put her. She be up on her bunk bed doing like pole. What do you call it with the uneven bars? And I be having a whole heart attack up in here. I was old when I had you. I was young when I had my oldest ones, and I was old when I had you. Don't come up in here killing me. Like, don't come up here. I was 41 when I had you. Don't come up in here killing me, okay?
You just put her in everything that could channel those things. Because I'm telling you, it'll pay off. But it's not gonna be easy, baby, because I know I was not an easy child. I pushed the system. I mean, I wrote petitions in high school because the bathrooms were bad. And I would have to go over to my grandmama's house in the projects and go to the bathroom. And I got in trouble for leaving campus. And I told them, well, the bathrooms are all stopped up and they nasty. I can't use it. So I wrote up a petition.
Lord.
Of getting the bathrooms fixed, and I took it to District 189, and I had a meeting with the superintendent about my bathroom issues because I was getting in trouble for leaving the school. But I would have to leave the school if the bathroom toilets were flushed, if they were flushed or had a door. So that's not my fault.
Lord, protect me from this 6-year-old child I got up in this house. I don't think I'm gonna make it past 51. What the older she get, for the love of God. Protect me from my child, cause she gonna grow up like that one up there in that corner up there.
I turn out all right. You just gotta make sure you put it.
Wonderful, but me getting her grown like that, I have to get her there.
But maybe you need to have some sessions with my mama.
I need to have some sessions with your mama. Lord, I was strong with my other ones. They were good girls. Don't get it twisted. I had to get them together. I was a lot younger, so I had a lot more energy to get them together. I was not abusive, for the record. Wherever y'all in, I was not abusive. I got them right together. But I'm older now. I think I drink a little heavier because of her. I'm not blaming her. But I promise you, I'm gonna need some counseling once I get her out my house. If I make it that far. When she turned 10, I'm gonna need counseling for me, not for her, for me.
When she turned 10.
When she turned 10.
I'm already on a downward spiral with this one. The other one, I was uplifting. They were great. This one, from where I am, I was a superwoman. I am a peasant on the street with no clean drawers. Okay.
Well, even though my boys are not like me, my granddaughter is, and
you getting paid. You gonna get that payback. Trust me when I tell you.
Oh, baby, and like I told her, I said, I don't look like a grandmama, so just call me Nana. So when we get in public, she said, you know, you my grandmama, right?
I don't know you, little girl. I don't know you, little girl.
I said, you know me, I'm gonna get down. I am not your grandmama. I'm your Nana. You call me Nana, but you call me your grandmama. And she said, but my daddy is your son. That makes you my grandmama.
I know you, little girl.
So
Who are you?
I'm getting it back, you know. I'm you know. She and actually she went to a couple of when I'm doing primary. She came to some of my meetings and charged me for passing out the. Remember passing out the ink pens and pencils and taking them back up. She charged me. It's $1 to pass out, $1 to pick up, and then I still got to take out to eat.
Wow.
That's my kind of girl.
Come on, baby. Make your money at a young age.
Businesswoman. That's what I'm talking
Money
about.
at a young age, baby. That I wouldn't be mad at my daughter. I'd be like, huh, you creative. But
baby, she was on it.
I go through and her telling me what I said 3 days ago. I don't remember what I said yesterday. What?
Girl, we was live. Her mama went on live, right? So on live you can only like text stuff, or, talk through the text. She gonna look at the camera. Well, I can't read yet, Nana. I don't know what you saying. So her mama said, sound it out. So she and I talking about, well, she typing too much. What's that word, mama? She say, can't. I'm rolling, laughing so hard. That little girl.
Yes.
Girl, my grandson, he's sick.
And it's so funny. It's funny. My kids always tell me, don't. Whenever because I used to laugh. Like I told y'all, I was the monkey. I was the show monkey. I was the one getting everybody in trouble and then act like I didn't do nothing. So this little this little girl, this little angel in my face, and I'm yelling at her and my niece, right? I'm trying to get them right together because they in here acting a whole fool, arguing like they both grown women, okay, at each other. So I'm not trying to get them right together. This little monkey laughing in my face. I'm telling you, I am irate. Do you hear me? I'm going nuts. Why y'all up in there arguing like y'all don't know each other better? Some monkey laughing. And my big girl had to get up and run in here because she knew I was about to fly into this little girl. Okay, she's like, "Don't you dare!" Mom, because my oldest daughter and my middle daughter is the only ones out of all the rest of the kids that knew my mother before she passed, and so they didn't get my little ones, my niece and my daughter, didn't get to meet my mama, so they don't understand. This girl knew when my voice got higher than it normally does. She came to save them kids. Do you hear me? That girl come running in here. Don't you dare. Because mama said that. I'm like, don't you bring my mama to me. Don't you tell me what my mama said. So she went nuts. She's like, no. She called my sister on her phone and had tried to get my little sister to get me. Now, everybody ganging up on me because these two little monkeys in there arguing like they some chicks on the street. Try to get me right together. Call my little sister. My little sister's like, you better not touch them. How many whoopings you get us? Laughing in our mama face. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I said, oh, I'm gonna bring them to you. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna bring this whole house to you. You can raise them. Now, you know what I'm saying? But it was true. But then when I sat back after I kicked them out of here, I had to laugh. I promise you, I had to kick them out of here because I was mad, but I had to laugh. Because I'm like, B, you know that's you. You know that's you at your worst. So imagine she up here.
Lulu just had a flashback.
Did she have a flashback?
She's just all by herself.
And she's sweating.
I'm sorry. I'm mad, girl. Like I'm talking to my mama. Like I'm my mama and she me.
Deep breath. Inhale, exhale.
I tell you, but then when you sit back and you think about it, like that was you. That was you. That's what. And I said to myself, I looked in the mirror. I said, "That's what you get. All them years you got everybody in trouble, but you. Mm-hmm. That's what you get. You getting it back tenfold with this little one." And she's starting early. At least I started at 11, 12. She's starting at 3, 4. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm telling you, put her in as much dancing and theater. Try to get all that energy channeled because you don't want it to go the other way.
No. Because when she's in school, she can't sit still. Like she don't have ADHD because like it's so funny because when the teacher asks her, like she'll be reading a story and Devin be all over my baby be all over the place. Then all of a sudden the teacher look at her. What was the story about? Oh no. The teacher asked one of the other kids what the story about and say the kid had a yellow sweater on. The girl was like, well, she had a red sweater and Devin to turn around after she didn't all over the room. No, remember such. She had a red sweater on because she had this. The teacher just looked like, how did you hear that? And you was all over the place. She was like, because I was listening. Like, oh. And I sit there, I'm like, let me go to the school for these people. Take my baby out there because she got a smart, like, it ain't a smart mouth, but it's a smart, you know what I'm saying, with them kids with the little flip mouths, that they don't know that they have a flip mouth, but you don't want to tell them they got a flip mouth. But you be like, I'm like, don't.
They find that little bitty stuff and go right there.
Don't answer your teacher like that ever again.
Like the little fat your mama be pinching up under your arm.
Yeah, the little fat,
yeah, right.
And so I'm getting it back. I did have a flashback for a quick second.
You did.
For a quick second.
So you back.
Yeah,
Girl, I can hear everybody again. Once again, my phone is acting crazy.
It ain't just your phone. We all just blinked out. We all just blinked out.
Yeah,
so,
I can hear everybody except for Yolanda.
You can't hear me?
No, I can't hear.
She the host.
I see the lips.
You see my lips? Oh, you reading lips?
I had to leave and come back.
Girl, I don't know what's wrong.
Because the system keeps saying your camera good, your mic good, but I can't hear nothing.
I don't hear. Because I literally can hear everybody nice and clear.
Yeah.
So I may have to do, let me see. I might have to do my other phone because I don't know what's going on with this one. And it's going to be an iPhone.
Well, we're about to close it out, right? So,
yeah, we're about to close it out anyway. So let me go and close it out.
I have to go back to good old Bessie. This is terrible, man. This is terrible.
He said go back to Betsy.
Let me just go and close it out. So
I said, you know what? I got an iPhone. See you later. She's like, no, you got to come back to me.
Well, we want to thank all of our listeners and viewers for.
Because I can't hear nobody.
You know what? I'm so done with her.
I can't get no stories out. I'm being held up with technical difficulties.
And we trying to close out, and this time we're trying to keep going.
Just mute her line.
Laura, you hear me?
I can hear you now.
We're about to close out. We're going to. So next time we meet, I will not talk, and you will talk the majority of the time, so you can get your time back.
That's not a problem, girl. I'm good. It's just Bessie didn't put me. I mean, they didn't put me down. They didn't put me down. I'm like Mike Martin. Y'all remember that scene in Thin Line Between Love and Hate? And she had him carried out there. He talking about, oh man, you fake phony cop. That's what I feel like. And when she went by and put him on all bricks, right? He said, oh man, I can't get no respect up in here. I said, dang. That's what I feel like with the phone. I got this one and this one. I'm done. Close out.
Okay, I'm gonna go to close out. Hey, thank you guys for coming out and joining me in this special edition of
Lord help me, Jesus. Technology screwing me right now.
Okay, here we go. Boy, I tell you. I'm trying to close out and this heifer keeps talking. So I put her on mute. So we want to thank you for coming out and listening to Hello Beautiful Team, the crew. We have Lulu, we have Kim, we have Lorna, we have me, and Natasha was the one that had to leave. But we want to thank you guys for just listening in. We will see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Peace.
All right, peace. Bye, everybody. That's hilarious.